because it's important that we're not in a rut. We're growing and expanding. Humans are becoming better, and the world becomes a better place. And that's what people are not grasping about this whole Sasquatch research. I'm much more of like a Tony Robbins of wilderness than a Sasquatch researcher. If you're not connecting with nature, if you don't understand what your purpose is and how you can connect spiritually to the plants and the animals around you, you're never going to connect with the ultimate spirit out here, which is Sasquatch. So that's the journey, is to get us back to organic and biology and to nature, and remember that we're all from that. And that's what the Sasquatch want us to learn.
Welcome, Todd.
Thank you. Are we going?
Oh yeah, totally.
We're going. That was the blooper reel. You just bloopered.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good
day.
So I believe this is welcome to our podcast, Driving to the Res, which is something you've done for the last 5 years.
You drove to the res.
6 years in a row.
6 years in a row now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of driving too. A lot of driving.
It's $1,000 a drive now.
Yeah.
Gas like it is.
We don't,
the gas.
But the value that we get from it is incalculable. So we don't worry about those little monetary things.
Right. Yeah.
They work themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just for introduction's sake, I'm Larry. Mm-hmm. This is Inelia. You know us well, but maybe your listeners don't. Mm-hmm. We have a podcast, Driving to the Res, which is what we're talking about. The reason this podcast came to me was because where we live is on the res and off the res. Mm-hmm. And when we're off the res, we're always driving to the res. Yeah. Yes. And while we were driving to the res, we would have the most interesting, I thought they were interesting conversations, because Anelia is interesting conversationalist, among other things.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm an interesting conversationalist.
Yeah. Among other things. And a musician.
I also have a pretty face.
Yes. And she's pretty. It's fun to listen to her, right?
Yeah.
And read her books.
Yes.
And listen to her music.
Yeah.
Anyway, she said, these conversations would be nice to share. Mm. So we started recording them in the truck.
Mm. Yes, because Larry has an amazing mind.
Wow.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And so we started recording them in the truck while we're driving to the res. And that's why it's Driving to the Res.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now we're sitting in a room instead because it's a little hard to hear you talk in the car.
The evolution of Driving to the Res. Yes, we're always evolving and changing.
We got complaints about the sound quality and they couldn't hear what we're saying. So
half the people they were in the car with us going for a ride, and the other half is like, it would be nice if we could actually hear you too.
Yeah, and understand what you're saying.
Yes, that's very important. Communication. Yeah, I agree.
Either way, we started having our conversations here, and they needed more. So we started to enlist the help of the rest of our community in our second part, which is called the Wisdom Keepers Hour.
Yes.
So we have Fred and Ashley,
Dr. Kara.
We have a whole panel of wisdom keepers, right? They all carry and bring their own special focus and, I guess, lean. And
they're very different to each other. Very different,
like the bard, the singer, right? And Dr. Kara, the PhD, intellectual mind, and Fred, the engineer from the FAA.
Right.
So we all bring our bent to the conversation. So somebody listening, there's somebody you're going to hear here who you're going to kind of relate to.
Yeah.
And hopefully that helps get this message through, right? Because you have a pretty good message to share.
Lots of them, yeah. We
did just get back from the field.
Yes.
We weren't in a soundstage. You didn't just show up on the road and say, hey, let's podcast. We were out in the woods for a week. We spent all night out there.
Yeah.
Multiple times in the dark.
Yeah.
With no flashlights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pitch black. Interacting with Sasquatch.
Miles away from anyone. Mm-hmm. It got pretty real.
There's really no escape that's quick. You got to get on a canoe and paddle out of there and all your stuff. You're just not going anywhere. Right? You're kind of trapped.
Yes, you're trapped.
Which is cool.
I heard last year when you tried to canoe out of there, the teenagers toppled over one of the canoes.
Yes.
It is a pretty good story, right? Mm-hmm. So last year, to set the space, last year Todd came, and for the first time, we went on canoes and kayaks out in the middle of the night on the middle of the largest undeveloped lake in Washington State. Mm-hmm. And we found a spot that has a little beach for us to land our canoes, had a little fire pit where, I don't know, every now and then somebody must camp there because there's stuff there, but I've never really seen anyone there. Yeah. And we spent from probably dusk until maybe midnight.
Last year?
Last year, yeah. Dusk till midnight. Around the fire, researching in the sense that we're there and we're in the middle of nowhere and you can't walk out of here.
Yeah.
You need a helicopter or a boat.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk.
Yeah. You swim. You'd probably drown though.
We tried the swimming.
Yeah. You did,
That's the best part of the story.
Yeah.
So we did maybe share a little bit of your recollection of that evening, because one of the things I noticed about it was that having you there changed and made the ability of us to have that experience possible, because we live here 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
We have never once done that.
Yeah.
And just having you there made that experience possible.
Yeah. Well, I open up people to new possibilities, like paradigm shifts. Like, you can go out in the dark, you can do this. And I set the stage by being an example. We can, and we do, and we work on it, we practice. And when you realize, wow, this is really something we can do. And then, I send people off and they're getting their own experiences. Even knowing that I'm still around helps. If all you have to do is say, like, when they went off on their own for a bit and what's Todd? And then I'm like, yep, like, I'm here. You just call my name, right? So that weighs in some confidence for people to do what they were perfectly capable of doing. It opens them up to their own successes. And because I've had, so my whole life is, sometimes I'm the teacher, I'm the mentor, and sometimes I'm the one out there making a discovery happen, like they are. And everybody knows too, when you work with me, you see, I'm not going to tell you to do something I haven't done a million times already, that I'm not thoroughly experienced with. And then, so that passes on and it grows these incredible gifts. And that's what the whole purpose of making the world a better place is learning these incredible gifts and then passing them on. And it's all about connecting to nature, spirituality, your true biology, your true nature. And when people get these wonderful gifts, just showing them, it's like, that's the door, go walk through it. And you can. That was the thing. And at the end of my dad's life, that was really paradigm shifting in my family, is he never told me that I can't. He just said, you can. And suddenly I started doing these things he never thought possible. It's like, wow, we really can. And that's all it takes, is that little bit of a nudge. You can do it. I believe even I see people do things that I haven't done before. I'd be like, wow, I never did that. And what an interesting experience. I never had food and was walking around with a full belly. I go out there and I fast and we're out there just smashing food. And there's all this, it's an abundance of food. It's like, I've literally never, ever been out isolated like that and had so much food that my belly hurt over and over for every meal. Well, like, you're eating till we're done, right?
Macaws are generous with food. That is what we're known for. So we cannot help ourselves.
Yeah. But it's also very symbiotic. Like, there's sometimes someone will ask you a question, you'd be like, one of my favorite questions, I don't know yet. But that's an excellent question. Now I got to go find that answer. Right. So there's always room for growth for everybody. And then even honing your skills as a teacher and a mentor to go, well, this will work better for you. And this, because nothing is you just do this and that happens. It's, hey, try this in your special way, in your beautiful feminine or masculine way. And then we'll see what happens at the end of it. And then something extremely important in my life as a father is to be an excellent father, an excellent teacher, and an excellent mentor. And that's reason number 6,492, that you really leave the world a better place. Because I know, like, this is a special year because Jeff Meldrum passed away, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, and Dr. John Bitterniggles passed away a few years before that. And it's really just lit a fire under my gluteus maximus to really teach and put this stuff out there. And because the world needs this. And what was the point of going out there, risking my life, nearly, hospitalized from exposure, killing myself to learn these lessons if I don't pass them on? That means it was for nothing. And that scares me. That terrifies me. I don't want people to make the same mistakes I made. I want them to rise up and become more efficient at what their goals are. And so I do that because it's important that we're not in a rut. We're growing and expanding, and humans are becoming better, and the world becomes a better place. And that's what people are not grasping about this whole Sasquatch research. I'm much more of like a Tony Robbins of wilderness than a Sasquatch researcher. If you're not connecting with nature, if you don't understand what your purpose is and how you can connect spiritually to the plants and the animals around you, you're never going to connect with the ultimate spirit out here, which is Sasquatch. So that's the journey, is to get us back to organic and biology and to nature, and remember that we're all from that. And that's what the Sasquatch want us to learn. Even that's the simplest lesson anybody you can swallow that and go, we're from nature, and get back to it. The more domesticated we get, the less we get connected to nature and even spirituality. I mean, in the Quran and in the Bible and in the Buddhist Bible, the great teachers went back to nature to discover who they were. They all did that. And that's what we all must have to do. That's the quintessential thing missing, is you can't learn this in society. You can't learn this on cement. I can't do an online course of what I'm doing. That's why I have to have all these research centers all over, because you have to touch it. You have to feel it. You're not going to online how that tree's feeling today. And is it a male or female? And we do so much of that.
How many trackways have you found on the cement?
Yeah. Right.
I'm just wondering.
Even what kind of, none.
None?
I actually know Sasquatch will. One time I had seen a Sasquatch over a distance. He'd come across a section of asphalt they just built, and he tried to put his foot on it, and he just couldn't. And he put his toes on it. He was like, this is dead. There's no life there. So then he takes 2 steps back and he's leaving, and then boom, jumped over the whole thing. Land on the other side, right? Like, I just don't want any piece of that. And all that truth is resonating to me, of just like how connected they are, and they don't want to separate for a second. And
cement. So the asphalt, you're talking about asphalt road?
Yeah, it was an asphalt.
Asphalt is all Gaia, right? It's rocks and it's oil, which comes from Gaia too.
Right.
But it's been manipulated by people into another form, kind of. So you think it's the manipulation of natural that offends them, or is it something else?
He might never have seen something like
or
that.
Is it surprise? Like, what the heck kind of dirt is this? This is dirt. I've never seen this kind of dirt.
When they walk, there's life, right? And when he put his foot on it, he clearly was like, this is foreign. Like, I don't feel this. I feel life here in the dirt and the plants, and there's a connectivity I can feel. And when I touch there, I don't feel it. Rubber in there, a disconnect in some way. And
but all that stuff's natural, right?
Is it, when you have that? Was it natural to walk around with rubber on the bottom of your soles where you're not grounding? I would say no, that's not natural.
I've seen plenty of Kenyan runners using the old tires for their sandals.
Sure. And
I get that. They're the barefoot runners, right?
But is it the ultimate connection, is what I'm saying? Will it do? Maybe, but is it a really deep connection, or it's foreign?
I carried that same thought for a long time, because the table made out of plastic, is that natural or is that not natural? And when we talk about natural, we end up with what do we mean? So when we talk about Sasquatch and the natural environment, is it the unmodified environment that we're talking about? Because asphalt is natural. It's just not natural for that place, maybe.
How about we take it to another layer? Why was it built? The people that built it for money. And maybe it's that energy he's feeling. Why was this placed here? And it was freshly built. Yeah. So the contractor came in there and made that not out of love, out of passion, but he made it because he was paid a certain amount of money. And did he love the trees? Was he respectful to the land when he went and pushed through there? I would think
we have to take a lot of leaps in there. I've met road builders, and they are so proud and passionate about their roads, and they are so particular about how it must be. Right. And when you go ahead and just, I'm going to build a road through here, and then they look at you, they go like,
oh my gosh,
that pisses me off so much that you would build a road using that rock. You can't use that rock first. They're real passionate about it too. Yeah. We're just trying to figure out what it is, because I understand what you're saying. Yeah. But at the same time,
I'm making hypothesis, and like, let's prove or disprove it, right? Because what I know is he didn't like it. Yeah. He actually did a thing where his toes wiggled on it. Like it. He's like, and he was like no, I don't want that today. That's not my thing today. Right. And then, but he's going that direction. And for him he passionately jumped that thing, that road. It's a biking trail. So it's maybe a quad size, but he was from lower ground and he landed in deeper ground. And to see him go over that was magnificent. He went over that with fluidity, like it was a gorgeous jump. And
it does seem they have the opposite of an affinity. What's that? Not repulsion, but a distaste for human stuff. Is that what it is?
I would call it not exactly repulsion, but they're wary of it because they don't want to be contaminated by, not so much that it's evil, that we're evil, or technology's evil, or your clothes are evil, but more like we're weak and they don't want to be weak.
They don't get catch weak.
Yeah, they don't want to catch weak.
Because
That's a good way to think of their language.
even domestication, it's domestication.
Right.
If you pick up and you start embracing technology,
they don't want to
and
catch
that's what
that.
people don't get is that we embrace it too much.
Fine.
We want too much comfort.
But it's not. They don't care about that.
Yeah,
they need that because you don't have fur or big strong muscles like they do.
That's right. Yeah.
So they understand that, but they don't want to catch it.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch.
Don't want to go down that road.
They don't want to be there. No. They don't want to have a house to go outside.
They judge us wrongly. Yeah. I never had any of them judge me wrongly, even when I wear coats or boots. And
it's a curiosity.
And it's like, stay warm. Does that help you stay warm? Excellent. That kind of energy.
Absolutely.
Right?
I agree. But they don't want that for themselves. They don't want to put a coat on.
Yeah, don't want to touch that. Don't want to run the risk I might catch people. And then I'll have to have a road to go anywhere.
If I'm left alone in the forest, which has happened a lot of times, very silliness, right? There would be an energy of, do you have the sharp claws? And when I tapped into that, it was like a knife or a weapon or something to protect myself. It's like, oh yeah, I have a penknife. Oh, good. Or if you don't have the sharp claws, okay, we'll stay close.
Yeah.
So
they're protective.
Yeah, very protective. Yeah.
That's
that's a different energy that I perceive from individuals who project a kind of rejection of everything that's human, which I've never felt from them. No, not for our houses, not for our RVs. Not for any of it, but there is we don't want to catch it.
Yeah.
Like, it's good for you. You need that because you're so weak and small and don't
we
have
don't
fur, right?
Yeah.
But we don't want to catch it.
We don't want to be that.
No, we don't want to be that.
Yeah. That's not a good way to live.
Not for a Sasquatch.
No. And
not for them.
I feel that exact same thing. Absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of the protection, that's one of the things when you go on an expedition with you, Todd, that changes. Certainly my experience, and I'm pretty sure most everyone that I've been around, is that they now have permission in their mind to be somewhere that otherwise they'd be terrified to be from the very outset, or maybe not comfortable with.
Or safe.
What if I'm going to encounter something? Am I going to be able to get back? Like the time I got to the end of the road, and now we have another, 10, 15 minutes to go at the end of the road into the woods.
How do you get back
and sit
in the
there
middle of the
now?
night?
How do I get back to the road without getting lost? Because now it's dark and I don't know which direction was which and things like this. And you'd said, "Hey,
no problem.
I'm the tracker here. Don't worry about us getting back.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
We're going to have some fun today."
So that gave me permission to just go.
Experience.
Okay, go. I'm just going to go into the woods as far as I want at the end of the road in the middle of the night, and I ain't going to worry about getting back to the road and getting back because Todd's got my back, right?
Yeah.
And you had said something, I think in the kitchen where PB starts to growl. Where was that?
Oh, that was the res in their little shed.
In the little shed at the res. Yeah. Could you tell that story? That was so hilarious.
That was so funny.
Do you remember?
Oh, he was. You were talking about
the protection field.
Protection. You're telling your son.
Yeah.
You give him his gun, and so you have to point your gun and say, "I'm going to eat your liver."
Yeah.
Right.
To a bear. If a bear's coming.
To the bear.
You got to let him know I mean business.
Yeah, I mean
mind
business.
speak. I mean business. I'm here.
Yeah.
And our little puppy started growling at you.
Yeah. And she loves me. She cleans me. She knows me.
Yeah, she totally loves you.
In that moment, I was being very.
You're gonna eat your liver.
Yeah, like I don't like not aggression, because if you're aggressive, they have to be aggressive in defense. I have to assert this power.
Yeah.
And she felt that, and then
she told you, didn't she?
Yeah, she's just like, "Oh, you want to be? I'm protector around here too, right?
I'm the protector here too."
And respect, and I gave her that, and then it stopped because I
instantly
respect to that, appreciate that you are a protector and you're important. You're part of this group, and. That's your energy is absolutely essential. How you move around, and people that have transparencies and have love and passion for things, they can see that reflected in me, and there's always a piece of them that's reflected in me, and they see that authenticity way beyond what you can see in a movie. The people that come out with me, they get to know who I love that. And exhibitors watch every live show I've ever done and seen all my movies, and they go, "I had no idea you were like this." Yeah, because real life is a whole different thing. And I'm not acting. I don't act. I don't have when this mic turned on, I didn't turn into a different person. No. I'm still the same me. Right. But it's just that authentic, how am I And I think it's really probably it's the protection and it's the fun. It's I love this stuff. It's so fun. Let's go have some like you turn a moment where there's potentially fear. I don't know how to get back, and now it's getting dark. To no. This is going to be fun. And now and hey, this is a great time for me to teach you guys some lessons about tracking, about illumination, right? But I won't even say that, right? There's no danger. This is just a fun little experience we're going to have. I'm going to show you all the things that no one who's ever had their eyes gently adjust over 22 minutes to the light.
Oh, I have a question about the eyes.
Yes.
So again, last year, we were sitting in the dark here on the backyard because there's a lot of activity here. And there was for like my experience was like there was a bright moon and everything was very bright, and then we heard some sounds in the stream, like very big footsteps. It was no mistaken. It wasn't an animal. It wasn't a fish.
It was a Sasquatch.
Something with 2 legs,
very heavy,
very big feet,
very big feet.
very
You can't make that
large.
sound.
Right.
You can't.
Walking
and then
up the
you
stream.
started walking towards the stream, but your body language was like you couldn't see anything, and you were like walking around trying to touch things and hold on.
Pitch black. Couldn't see my hand in front of my face.
Yeah.
But we could see you.
We could
that
see
couldn't
you,
see your hand in
like
front of your
clear,
face.
like a full moon. What is that? Do you know what that might be about? Because then you went all the way down there and you felt him really close. He got very close to you. And then the next day we found his footprint in the gravel.
Footprints. We found 3.
Yeah.
3 footprints there.
So your
But
question
it's
is,
like
how could you see me?
We could see
No,
you.
we could see you, but you
But you couldn't see when you were going
anything.
down there into
Yeah.
the stream. It's like the Sasquatch
Just
had
you?
affected you personally,
Yeah.
individually. Your eyes, or they suck in the light, or the sound, or something changes.
What do you
The
have
perception
any?
world.
Yeah.
I'm not. I have a lot to learn. Like there are people that have abilities to see in places I can't. I saw my teacher do it all the time, and there are stages in my life that I can't see energy like some people can. And I know people, I've seen people do this. I think the Sasquatch do it. The Sasquatch do a mind speak with me where I can see how they see things in a form of energy, not so much in light. I even think maybe it's coming in through the third eye. Maybe it's a telepathy energy thing to see around you. And I do not have that capacity. And I'm also confident to just feel my way around in pitch black. I mean, I don't even know if were my eyes closed. They could have been.
No, your eyes were open. What I've thought, and you could check it to see if it resonates with you, was that they affected your perception when you were going out there for some reason.
No, I just don't have that ability like you do. You have an ability. If you could see and I couldn't, you have an ability to perceive things
like
that I was not able
all
to.
of us,
could see.
All of you could see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why I was
shocked.
saying that it was you that were having that experience of I can't see and my eyes are off.
And there was moonlight and everything.
Yeah.
There was enough
There was
light to
moonlight,
see
yeah.
you. Yeah. It was dark, don't get me wrong, but we could see you. I could see you. Like,
Everyone in because we all looked at each other like, why is he walking like that? Can't you see?
Yeah,
And then when you got
couldn't
down
see.
there, you said that it was like it was complete black. It was just like a wall of black in front of you.
Well, I did.
But you knew the Sasquatch
dark.
was there, and you were trying to like connect with him.
I could feel him, and I saw his eyes.
Oh,
That's about the only thing that I saw. And
because he had all your focus or something.
yeah. So
I
it was a
remember-
wonderful experience. I was very grateful for it. It was fun.
I remember my experience of that, like curled up in fetal position almost. Like there's a giant something, which, I mean, we can only say it's a Sasquatch because, I mean, I didn't go down there and check, but it leaves big footprints and it's two-legged walking up the creek. Splosh, splosh,
Nobody there
splosh.
questioned that was a Sasquatch. Nobody did.
The next day we found 3 prints. So
Yeah, but my feeling was stop, hide, and your feeling was I'm going right down where that is in the pitch black, and I can't even see, and I don't even care. And there was logs in the way, tall as you. You had to climb over, and you couldn't see anything. Just felt your way through it. It's like you go right to that, and the rest of the world pretty much
disappeared.
Tries to run away or hide or get smaller, and it takes a few whacks at it in order to get past that. Because I've gotten a little bit past that now. I'm not curled up in a fetal ball no more, but my first inclination to that sound and that knowing that there's a Sasquatch there isn't go right to it. And I know you've had experiences in the past with plenty of expeditioners, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And Survivormans and things like that. It's like there's a Sasquatch over the ridge and they're ready to meet you. Do you want to go meet them? And they say, oh, well, I came out here to meet you, but no, I don't want to.
A lot, yeah.
So
That
can you
really
talk
does.
about that a little bit?
It's just experience. I just had more time. It just putting the hours in to get out there. I've walked away. I've tried to quit Sasquatch research. You know, a question I get a lot is, you know, why do you do Sasquatch research? Well, I'd never had a choice. Believe me, I tried to do other stuff. I had no choice. I quit. I had days that were so awful, like I nearly killed myself. And you go through hell and you think, well, this is just not for me. And then you move on, you realize nothing else works. The universe will not allow me to go be a paramedic, to go be
Welder,
a pasteurizer. Everything and it would fail so blatantly. It's like, wow, that just was like a catastrophe. Like somebody is sabotaging me. And literally, I was sabotaged so badly that I can't be a pasteurizer. I can't be a paramedic. And then a Sasquatch thing would pop up, and this would happen. So, and what ended it for me was a day where I had, I was quitting. I'd quit for months, almost a year I'd quit. And then 3 of my incredible father figure mentors called me and just chewed me out. Like, you know, I was like, hey, John, how's it going? He's like, I'm not here to talk nice. You're going to listen. Like, you know what's going on in Bigfoot? Nothing. Because you have a responsibility. You have these gifts and you're not using them. And like a father figure to me just reamed me out for an hour. He's like, and I'm done now. Michael's calling you. What? Click. Michael. Hi, Mike. Yeah, listen. Right? And it really,
They told you, huh?
I needed that. I needed that. Like, you know, I've like generations, like no one's got the footage. No one's had these interactions with you, these gifts. And if you quit now, it was all for nothing. Are you willing to just let some other people go and do this journey and perhaps fail with all these gifts that you've been given? And it really like, it's gifts that I've been given, and it's so important that I teach this stuff. I don't think there's anything special about me. I've just 60,000 hours, almost 3,000 days in the backcountry wilderness. Have you got that kind of time out there?
Well, you could easily argue that makes you special. I have 60,000 hours fishing.
Right.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, you are. Right.
I can go fill that boat up as many times as you want to see it full.
Right.
Without even thinking about it.
Right.
And most normal people get on that boat and they can't even leave it from the dock. It's just like, I can't, how do you get out of here? How do you start it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have that.
So you get that, and everybody has
skill.
that. Yeah, everybody has that. This is just my special skill, and I want to get people over the hump to learn this as fast as possible because there's no ego with me.
I think that is what I've perceived is that the difference between you and these other researchers, what interested me about you more than these other individuals out there who are researchers, is that you are full on the bridge between the person who wants to know about Sasquatch and the Sasquatch.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
A conduit. Yeah.
It's like you're the bridge.
Yeah.
They won't go out there and do this on their own. Or if they try, they might get killed by a bear.
Yeah.
You know? Or they might never see anything. Or they might just get afraid and go home.
Yeah. Quit right away.
And quit right away. And I've seen that happen with other researchers.
Me too.
One Sasquatch says hello to them and they're out of there.
It's too much.
No way,
we had a person come here,
yes,
right, who had most of his
thousands
adult
of miles,
thousands of miles from Europe, and his entire adult life all about Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Right, this guy. He stayed camped out in our yard here one night.
Yeah.
And the Sasquatch came, and they were next to his tent making all the big noises.
Gave him exactly what he wanted.
Exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
He came back he came in that night. He wouldn't stay out there.
Stay out there.
And then he said, I'm done with Sasquatch. They're not that interesting. And it was over.
Right.
Over.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I've seen that.
Yes.
And I've seen people who do go out there, they get photographs, they do a lot of research, they get voices, and they might write a book and they do some speaking engagements and things.
Yeah.
But they don't bring people to the Sasquatch.
Yeah.
They don't bridge it.
Yeah.
So to me, that was interesting.
Yeah.
To me, what's interesting about you, Todd, is that you are that bridge.
Yeah.
And
I have to be that. It's so that's my whole makeup, and because I see if you have who's the best Sasquatch researcher? Well, I think there are guys that are getting better results and doing more significant things than I am. That
data-wise,
but they're not sharing it.
Right. Data-wise, to gather more data, they have really cool videos and films or whatever, and nice books and whatever. But they're not bridging, right?
Yeah, that's everything.
It's not replicable.
That's everything. That's
Yeah, what you say
lights
is
me
you're
up.
the guy who brings you out to have your experience with
That's right.
Sasquatch. And
I take
that's
people out.
dramatically
Exactly.
different than
That's very
I'm out here to
different.
prove it's real or not prove it's real or whatever the
Right.
hell.
Yeah.
Right.
You bring
or
a,
save the Sasquatch or
and
anything like that.
sometimes you
That's not.
record it, but most of the time you don't. And people have their experience. That's the most amazing experience of the
Yeah.
planet. And if you
Yeah.
had a video of that got shared, you'd be like, see guys?
Yeah.
But you don't even record it because you aren't about that.
Yeah.
You're about that person having that experience and
Yeah.
bridging the ability for that experience to exist,
Yeah.
which otherwise wouldn't without you.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've also noticed that you can perceive that the Sasquatch have a different choice of view of the planet, and you're interested in that, and
I
you're
love it.
open to
Yeah.
explore it. You
Yeah. I
know?
love it.
Yeah.
They're my teachers, right?
Yeah.
Well, they
That's-
don't have to be. I mean, it's just a different
Yeah.
choice of view.
Yeah,
Right?
I love that though. There's like the term Sasquatch. My favorite interpretation of it is master of the wilderness, as in
Yeah,
like the
they
master
sure
teacher
are.
of the wilderness. And I'm absolutely astonished and intrigued by them. I think I know they're absolutely miraculous, and that's a problem. People that doubt it, they can't really understand the greatness of how spectacular they are, because to evade people as successfully as they have, you can't just be some dumbass ape running around the bush. There's something, they're brilliant and spectacular. And other people will go, well, there's no such miracle like that, so I don't believe. I'm on the other side going, no, oh my God, they have that ability. Well, no wonder they evade. They have another ability. No wonder it's so easy for them to stay away from us and choose who they interact with, because people discover Sasquatch all the time.
That's
Like
true.
every time someone sees a Sasquatch and knows it and can see the truth. I know people that have, men that have just said the dumbest, like, oh, I saw a bear that had its front legs broken and ears
standing
chopped
up.
off and his snout was broken.
And really long legs and run really fast.
And he walked really efficiently on his two legs. And I go look at the track. That's a Sasquatch. He goes, no, it was a
That's a
bear.
bear.
Bear with broken
And you
front
see into
legs
his eyes,
standing on his
he'll
back.
roll his eyes. No, you twit. It's
No,
a
it's
bear.
a bear.
And I won't even. You're right. Whatever you see, that's correct. I'm going to go after this
Bear thing.
Bear thing.
900-pound bear that has
Long
9
arms.
foot. Yeah, I'm going to go do
Long
this with my
legs.
people. And you have a good day, sir. Take care. He's like, yeah, you kook. Go see your Bigfoot over there. Yeah, they won't even. If you're not opening your mind even the slightest, I'm not going to waste my time.
Right.
You've already figured it out for yourself, and have a nice day.
Yeah.
So it happens a lot. And I understand how people think like that. I go to Los Angeles. That place terrifies me. Just cement and glass everywhere. You want to know what I'm scared of? Those big cities, like if they shut off the water, you're all going to die.
Yes.
Like there's a switch, there's a bunch of switches,
to drink
and you
from.
guys
The
are
water,
toast.
you can't
You know
drink
what I mean?
that
Like
lake water.
there's no life there. And like where I am, go ahead, shut off the water, see what happens. I'm looking forward to those days, kind of. Except I do like society. I don't want people
Yeah.
to suffer.
Right.
But
I understand. Yeah.
that bridge, though, is that's also critically important that people understand that. So even like my native teacher, Musqua, he's around his children and native people all the time that love nature. But you know what? They hated civilization. They hated white people. They hated domestication. And I'm coming from, man, I like my bed. Nobody loves a bed like I do, because I know what it's like to have mountain lions around you at night and growling at you. I sleep in my bed like a king because it's so comfy. It's not going to rain. The temperature, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I love my civilization and I love the wilderness, and that's a bridge.
Yeah.
Is to show people the beauty of both worlds. Appreciate our architecture, appreciate our beautiful food and our wonderful culture. Love that, and love nature and wilderness and Sasquatch, and that's what he was missing. And I love the tea that and the herbs that come from around the world. And so now I can go out to Sasquatch going, I'm going to show you the beauty of humanity, like the wonder and the love and the passion that I have for it. And then we're going to have these exchanges and create a discovery process that
Well, you're like a curator of people for Sasquatch in a
Right,
sense.
right.
You curate
Yeah.
all of those who say they want to come, and you bring out the ones that you want to introduce.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
it's I mean, you guys saw Jamie,
right?
that lady's like almost 17 years of isolation, in different ways. And then she has this week here and she just cried 5-6 times, like just these emotional paradigm shifts. Yeah. And I told her, I was telling this the whole time, those ladies are going to latch on you and they're going to do these things with you and you're going to learn these things. Even the masculines are going to show you stuff. And now it's up leveled her life. Like her life has just gone right straight up. She deserves it. She's earned it. She's amazing and beautiful. And now she's back into that cooperative of society. And that's what people get. They go home. Even I love this, where this man was trying to come out with me for years. His wife was so against it. Bigfoot's crap, and you're going to waste money and all that stuff. Finally, he gets to come out. He goes home. She calls me 3 months later crying. She goes, I don't know anything about Bigfoot, but my husband is a better man. He's a better father. He's a better husband. He's working. He's so happy. And he's leading the family. She's crying. Yeah. Every year, my husband's coming out with you. Thank you so much. And I'm like, I'm not even surprised. I'm like, I understand. I get it. Larry gets it.
Yeah, I get it.
Right?
Totally.
Like, and Jamie gets it. And it's so much more than that. That's why, again, I say Tony Robbins of the wilderness, because you may or may not see Sasquatch, but if you really open up your heart, you will up level in ways it's impossible to do in society. Out in the wilderness, out in nature, breathing in. There's 1,000 things. I could go on for hours and hours about all the things that up level you out there. There's the structured water, the minerals, the breathing in the trees, the energy around. Like, it's thousands of things that you experience out there. And it actually makes my job so easy. Because even, they'll go, what's going on? I go, you feeling that? You feel this? Oh, how are you moving through the bush? Can I show you something real quick? You're moving, versing nature. Be one with it. Go through it like you're one. And suddenly they go, why does that feel so good? Because you're not versing anything. It's not trees versus you. It's they love you. You give them carbon dioxide. They make oxygen. You see the love, right? And when you can move that, suddenly the tree's not brushing up against you in a negative way. It's nurturing you. And it's the trees are a blanket of safety for you. And just that little bit of a perspective change up levels people. And I completely and utterly owe Sasquatch for that knowledge and that understanding, that information. I see it in their trackways. I feel it in their energy. And I'm always learning lessons from them. They're my teachers. I always have so many lessons to learn from them. And I'm humble and I grow and expand and literally wake up early and stay up late every day because I know I'm making the world a better place. And I wish that on everybody.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to be continuing on our Wisdom Keeper Hour, and we're going to have the individuals that went out with you to share their experiences.
Yes.
Thank you,
perspectives
Todd.
of your...
Yes, you're welcome.
Thanks, Todd.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone.
Well, hello.
We're driving to the Riz.
Drive to the Riz with Ashley this time. Ashley jumped in the truck.
Todd, Ashley.
Nice to
Have
meet
you
you.
met?
I ate with her yesterday.
We did.
Yep, we did.
The last several days, we've actually had a lot of meals
Yep.
Shared
together.
plenty of
That was full.
meals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last night you took him to the warm house, did you?
Yes.
Or did he take you?
She took me.
Technically, I drove.
There you go.
Okay.
Took him.
Yeah. But I regretted it.
Oh, no.
I had bellyache all night.
Oh, no.
What did you eat?
I don't eat fried food, and
And I bought the food and then it hurt her
Because you're the
belly.
gent, of
I
course.
What did you order?
Halibut, the local halibut,
But the breading,
fish and chips.
the breading is
It's
It
the
was too late,
it's the oil,
though,
I
probably.
think.
It was probably too late.
Yeah.
For that. Yeah.
It's
It's lovely for breakfast and lunch, but yeah.
And
They have a
I'm just not
pan-fried-
used to fried
they wouldn't
food.
pan
They have
fry
a pan
for us.
version,
They
but they
wouldn't
won't
do
do
Yeah,
it.
so they only have breaded.
Yeah.
They didn't
Oh.
have
Pan
pan.
fried
They
for
couldn't do
Stinkers.
pan,
Yeah.
pan fried.
Stinkers.
Stinkers.
Oh,
They're cooking for Indian appetites. We like our shit fried.
I mean, it was
The
good.
more breading,
I
the
was happy
better.
with the
The more
halibut.
fried, the better.
It's
The more
just
fried, the
afterwards,
better.
I was like, oh, it hurts.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. But the chowder was
Chowder
good.
was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like our warm house lunches. We go every day almost.
Wow.
When we're doing boat work. Me and Craig will go for the fisherman dip. Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's all the good things rolled up in a bun and then you dip it in sauce. Juice.
Yeah.
Down
And
she
half of it.
goes.
Had half of this.
Yeah,
It's
you had
good.
half of mine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sasquatch.
So, Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, I mean, Todd's here, so we got to talk about Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Food.
Yes.
Todd liked the food.
Food, Sasquatch.
Our first camping trip with Todd, Ashley,
Oh my God,
and
it was
we
so
brought
cool.
the food.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
We bought, it was kind of like, you know, when you see films where there's like some type of royalty traveling
Yes.
somewhere and they've
With all
got
the
like,
pens,
Giraffes.
they've got like
elephants,
elephants
carrying everything,
all their cases of,
and all the stuff, cooking everything for them.
For one freaking night.
yes,
Not even a whole
No.
night.
yes. We didn't have
I
elephants,
said
but we had
when he
canoes.
left with massive boxes, I said, "Do you have enough for one night?" It's not even one night because it's like already. He says, "Well, it's more than a night. You know, it's gonna be the rest of the evening, and then we have breakfast next morning."
And it's funny because when I got there, Ileana and I arrived fashionably late. And I get there and everyone's shocked that I didn't actually have that much that I packed.
We don't know what was wrong with her. I told Todd and everybody set off. Todd had a canoe and it was packed with, it was like taller than him, the stuff stacked in the middle.
Yeah.
Plus there was 2 kayaks and there was a paddleboard and they all took off and they didn't bring any of my stuff yet.
And
then I said, Todd, you're going to have to come back with the empty canoe because Ashley's coming. And
yes, we know
we're going to need to fill
travels.
the canoe again. And I had a paddleboard extra that I was going to pack my stuff on and paddle it behind me. Yeah, and then Ashley showed up. And then Todd showed up and she only had like what?
Rightfully so.
Half a canoe.
Every normal circumstance, I will probably have more things. But I just assumed, I'm like, we're going to be, Sasquatching all night. So I'm probably not even going to sleep. I'm definitely not going to eat that much. I just brought I think I brought some smoked meats and I don't remember what else, like fruit or something like that. And we're going to be gone for less than 24 hours.
But it's like 12 hours or something, right?
That's not like you, though.
But I didn't think it was necessary.
Your makeup, you didn't bring changes of clothes, you didn't bring
I did debate bringing my makeup, but I was like, what am I going to do? What?
Extra boots?
No.
Wow.
I did bring extra clothes because last time the guys fell in the water and I knew, I was like, bring extra clothes. So if you get wet, assume every piece is going to get wet and you've got something else to wear. And it also helps with layers and get cold. I had all my layers, but I didn't have anything else. It was just I had a sleeping bag. And
what did the Sasquatch think about that?
I don't think they cared. They didn't say anything about it.
Didn't say anything about it.
But I was there for business. You know what I mean? Yes. I was like, okay, we're going to meet Sasquatch. So, because the day before that, the night before, I was driving home from the shaman shack and I started connecting with telepathically or mind speak. I started connecting with this female Sasquatch who I had initially connected with a couple years ago when we were on an expedition with Todd. And it was this massive, beautiful track that I found and put my foot in it with Todd's guidance. I put my foot in it and I was able to connect with her. Well, she's come up a few times, and even at that same weekend when I first kind of connected with this female, she had said to me when we were sitting at the creek and Larry saw a Sasquatch there and she asked me, do you want to meet? And I said, yeah, someday that would be nice.
Someday.
Someday. That was like my epic miss.
Yeah.
And
someday.
So I reconnected with her just out of chance because what happens when Todd comes around, so much Sasquatch activity starts to happen.
Well, here's the thing.
At least for me.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Sasquatch activity happens here all the time except for the summer. Right?
Yeah.
But we connect when
Todd
Mr. Bridge is coming.
Yes.
Because it's a bridge.
It's true. That makes complete sense.
We don't ever go out in the middle of the night to meet with Sasquatch if you're not here. Right? We just don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you're here, then we do.
It makes complete sense for me because I was like, all these things are coming up and even just connecting with this female, I'm like, I didn't ask for it. I wasn't seeking it. It just kind of happened. And
your frequencies match.
But then I'm with you, and then it's that bridge, right? It is that connection point, and opens the door, And
I can show you the logical truth, and I can show you the spiritual connections. Oh, look, I just found this track. Yeah, you just walked 20 yards away from the trail.
Yeah.
And took 5 steps into the bush and just found this track.
Randomly.
That makes no sense.
So random.
That doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't, does it?
Yeah.
So
is it a donkey?
Right.
Is it a donkey?
Right?
Did a donkey leave this track?
With Emil, we did. He did this thing where he came up to me and just want to tell me about a Sasquatch sound that he heard. And immediately when he started talking to me, I could see in his eyes, in his mind, that it was a Sasquatch. And I had to go through all the preposterous. It was a donkey. No, it wasn't a donkey. It was a bear. Until the point where it says, "It's just a Sasquatch. Why do you keep saying this crazy stuff?" But it's the same thing with adults in a different way. I'm just going to show you, girl, that was nowhere. I remember vividly where it was. I remember you over there. I remember even feeling you being drawn over there, going, "Oh, this is good. Something good's happening," and just hold fast. Let it happen organically, right? I don't want to say you're going the right way. Just, you know what I mean? Just I see you kind of sneak off, and I see you go over there, and there's an energy, a light that's drawing you in, and it's so obvious to me. And then the stuttering.
I was on the track.
Todd,
I was looking.
I think that there's a track. You don't think
I was
there's a track
actually more
over
like,
there.
Todd, I think there's a track. I was very quiet.
Yeah, but see, I was attentive enough to. Normally, I wouldn't have heard you with all the people talking, but I was listening for you to hit that, right?
Yeah.
And then think, I see you. You're not thinking anything. You know damn well what's there. And we're going to go get to the bottom of it, right?
It was quite a beautiful track, yes.
Yeah, and knowing that she left that track for you, she wanted you to find it, and when you found it, she's out there going whoop whoop. Right? Like really, it's so important that there's another perspective.
You owe me some bugs, she said to the other ones.
Right?
You owe me some bugs.
You owe me some bugs.
Because if you think they do that and fail, you're correct. They fail.
Yeah.
They want that tree break to get found. They want that structure to be acknowledged. And when you finally go over there after all the attempts and you finally get that succession, and it's a big win for everybody. It's such a big win.
Right.
Because they need to know they can. They need to know that there is something on the other side, that we are going to connect. Because, man, we're zombies so much. Like, I'm just such a zombie, and I miss so much. And I understand I have so much infancy that I have to get over. As soon as I find out about this, I got out of that box. Now you're in a bigger box.
Yes.
Well, I'm out of that big box. There's an even bigger one.
Another one.
It's like, when does this end? The answer is it doesn't, ever. When you close your eyes for the last time, that's maybe when it really starts, right? Some people, that's the end.
Good point.
I don't think that's, do we pass away or do we pass on? And the answer is we pass on. And I was a spiritual being having this experience in this body. And I really get that. And the science supports it, and all the logic and truth and spirituality that nobody has to. I love it when people just have certain spiritualities. It's like, you're just not touching me because I know these truths. And no matter how much you try to inundate them with this garbage that's out there, they just don't accept it. They know, like Larry's mom when she saw that Sasquatch. I just love it when I hear these people that just, oh, that's a Sasquatch. Who did that? That's a Sasquatch. And there's no question about it because they're so honest.
We had paid no attention to you, Todd. None.
Yeah.
We were just watching this crazy dude on Netflix. Showing us all these videos of possible Sasquatch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And as the massive face appears on the screen, his mom and my cat Elder walks by and says, "Oh, that's a Sasquatch. It looks just like the one I saw yesterday on the
Universal
road."
Universal truth.
Her friend
Julie.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, rewind.
That's what it looks like?
Rewind. Okay, what are we watching right now?
Yeah.
And then you took note.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And even how perfect is that now, I mean, I have such a deep connection. Like, so people can understand. So I came out here and I promise the people that live here, the Macaw and the community that live here, I promise them for the rest of my life, I will come out to Nia Bay. Every year I will come out. And then I come out here with my children, and my children love it just like I do. And I look at them and I go, you guys are always going to come here. Now for the rest of the existence of my lineage, my people will come here. That's a promise I make to the community and to the Sasquatch. And I hope that parents at least can understand what that means, like the dedication, how much this whole place means to me. And that moment made it happen. That moment, that one, if that didn't happen, none of this would be happening. Right. Do you see like how that one little spark of thing can lead to this? Like my grandchildren, my grandchildren, like we have community out here. I'm telling my son, like, Larry, we can go to the shaman shack. Like, this is like our land. Like, you can come here. We're a part of this. They're never going to shy us away. Just like when they come to us, we share everything, right? So now you have a place to go. How does that feel? It's like, wow, Dad, I never thought of it that way. Like that's a real truth that you have to accept, and that energy that flows all happened because that spark. Yeah. Right?
And it was like, who made this? And Larry immediately, I'm going to text him on the computer.
Yeah. And then when I heard y'all call, I just knew I was drawn to it. And I'll tell you, the universe was not going to let me. The stuff I was going through at that time.
Oh my gosh.
You came out almost right away.
Oh my gosh. It was like pretty quickly. You were like here so fast.
Yeah. And no matter what happened in my life.
You were not in a good place.
Oh my God.
You were a totally different person.
The worst thing that ever happened to me was the pinnacle of that moment. And I was here in Nia Bay.
Yeah, you got we had to give you some cedar scrubbings and river showers.
Toss you in the river and wash you from top to bottom. Oh my gosh.
So many sagings and stuff.
But it was time for a rebirth. Like that old person
and
had to die.
Why are you here?
Yes, remember you got the
full
interview on the boat of the Sasquatch Todd,
Absolutely.
why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah. And just pay attention and listen and answer and sit upright and use profanity and show some respect. Yeah. Absolutely.
But that's key too, is like you listen as well.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
like every time you come back, it's like we always have time between us. Yeah, we see this evolution and the things that you took in and integrated, and then you're like putting them into practice and you're teaching it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little by little, inch by inch.
The Sasquatch see it too, because it's not just that you're committed to us, it's also the Sasquatch of this area.
Yeah.
Like they, at least in my experience of it, it's like they recognize you as well, and they don't see you separately to us.
Right.
You know, it's like you're a part of this tribe too.
Yeah.
Yes, you go away and you come back. You have like a migration that you do.
Migrates.
And that's understandable to them,
Yeah.
you know, but
And they know where I go.
yeah.
Yeah. They can just happen.
And they know how to keep you put if they want to keep you put for a little while.
Yes, when you haven't finished your work,
When
it's
it's not
lacking
done,
up.
they keep you here.
Okay. You got
So-
me. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. But so to go back to it, I'm driving in the car and the Sasquatch that I connected to originally, I'm connecting with her. And, you know, when these things happen, you don't know how to have, like, you can't have evidence for it, like empirical evidence of it. You just have impressions, right? And an intuition, and you I just roll with it. Whereas in the past, I maybe would have dismissed it, and I just roll with it. I'm curious and open. I won't say it's fact, but this is the impression. And I had this experience where it was basically felt like either my higher self or her, somehow that it came up to be like, hey, what if this experience is different? Meaning, what if it's not fear-based? Because normally when I get close with Sasquatch, or like when she's like, do you want to meet in person? I was like, maybe some other time, that'd be nice. There's a fear there, right? And the physical body elemental, that experience of being with a Sasquatch in person, like, it's like, oh, that's really scary. And all this information's coming in, or experience, if you will, is coming in of the opposite. That actually when we connect, it's like, I could see it as this, like, it was this beautiful heart connection, right? And there was like so much love there, and in a way I hadn't experienced before.
Right.
And
They touched a heartstring.
it was like,
Yeah, it resonates in your heart.
yeah, it was like, oh, wow.
That's
and then
an
I could
option?
see it was like reaching out and like touching her hand.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's so amazing. Like, that's super beautiful. I want that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I can be aiming for,
Right.
right? Like, that's what I can be, like, say I'm looking for a track, you know? Like, okay, I'm looking for this. It's like, okay, that's what I'm mapping to, rather than, I want to see you.
Maybe sometime.
Don't show yourself.
I want to see you, not see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't make
We
any
had
sense.
another experience when we were out in the woods.
Yes.
And it was really fun because we weren't sitting near each
No.
other, so we couldn't have heard each other.
I couldn't hear anything you guys
Right,
were saying.
right.
Yeah.
And when we were out in the woods, the teenagers were planning to run through the group, right? Through or next to the group. That's why we went there. They were all ready. They
Yeah, we
were
were a couple miles back
super
in
excited.
Down the end of the road.
These teenagers were set to do this, and they were so excited. And then Dad arrives and says, there's somebody in the group who is not ready, and it's going to be traumatic, not good, so we're not going to be able to do this. And they were like, oh, man, disappointed. And it's like, oh, man, now it's like boring, you know?
Yeah.
And then there was a female that came, and she had a young child, and she was projecting all this heart energy into the group for that particular person, right?
Yeah.
And then when I shared that part, what was your experience of it?
So my experience of it was like, we're sitting in this group and we're a little spaced out,
Yeah.
and Todd is like to my right, and there's the road to our left, right? And next to Todd is like wilderness, right? So he's kind of on the edge, and he was sharing like, oh, I hear steps, like they're getting closer, and like, oh, yep, they're getting closer. They're like, and he was shouting out like, I don't know, like 20 yards away or whatever it was. And then I was like, Todd, I'm I'm waiting for them to run by. They're going to run by. Like, and so I was like watching. I'm like, what? I think they're going to come this direction. And I'm like, I was ready to see not them standing there, but running past so I could see the kind of their silhouette, if you will, like, or not silhouette, but it seems like that in the dark, right?
Right.
The figures run by. I don't know if you remember me saying that to you.
I do, yeah.
And I was like, they're going to run by. And I was like all excited, like, yes, I want to see them run by. And then it was like, oh, why aren't they running by? And I was like disappointed. I'm like, but at the same time, one of our expeditioners next to us was like, oh, my stomach really hurts. My stomach hurts. And I was like, oh, because my intuition was, okay, this is like a physical body elemental reaction to the circumstance, because they were so close, you could feel them getting closer. It was like all about to happen. I'm like, yay. And then I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, take some deep breaths. And she laid down and she was like calming herself down and, and all that. But then it was kind of just everything died down. And I could still feel them around.
Yeah, they were
but
still
it wasn't
there. The excitement.
The same.
No.
Yeah. And so then when you shared your story, I was like, oh, cool. Because I didn't know that I was picking up on them. I was just had this feeling that they're gonna run across and I gotta watch, or like I didn't know, like I didn't hear it logically, if you will,
but you knew it.
I picked up on that information.
There's lots of logic that you get. You talked about earlier, there doesn't seem to be much logic, but that's what I do is I'll bring logic to it to go, there's no way you walked over here by coincidence, no way you walked in the bush. Like just these little cues to the logic that helps you attach to that sound in your head and those things that you're knowing as those things are real. And you're also being responsible, because I get noise that it's wrong and the Sasquatch aren't saying, it's just my head speaking, and I have to learn to differentiate between the two. And it's those logical truths that sort of ground you. Okay, that is real. Oh, okay, she's substantiating what I'm knowing. That's not you know immediately that's not a coincidence. Yeah, that's a logical truth. We're both feeling the same thing. So it's those things that people should understand. It's not just out there, it's all hokey and, I just feel this, and it's not like that at all. There's so much truth. There's so much substantive reality that's logical and tangible all around us so often that you have to know that your telepathy and your emotions and the things that you're feeling are real because of the factual truths that are surrounding us.
Well, and that's where I look for like the evidence that I can connect to it. So when you had said, when you shared your experience, I said, oh, that validates exactly what I was like anticipating was going to happen. Right. And then later when we were on the camping trip, that I connected with the female again. We're all at our palace of camping. I don't know what you call it.
Our Shangri-La.
Glamping.
Fires.
All our food.
We have condos. Beachfront condos and sardines from Galicia or wherever.
Yeah. And I connect with the female. She's kind of like, hey, like I'm here if you want to connect, just come on out, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to go out by myself. And so the gals, Ileana and Kara and I, we all go off to go to the restroom because, we're girls. We don't go alone. We like to go in packs, and the forest restroom. Anyway, so we go off. And I was telling them, hey, like the female connected, and she says she's there, and like if I want to connect, but I said I don't want to go by myself. And Kara's like, well, of course you're not going to go by yourself. Like, hello, we'll go together. Like, duh, oh yeah, I forgot about that. So we said we're going to go, and then as we go back and tell everybody, then everyone wants to come. So it's like, great, we're all going. So we all head out, and we find this area. Like, okay, this feels good. This is a nice spot, and we're all paying attention to what's going on. And there's different levels of like, there's conversation happening. And then there's people who are just like quiet and tuning in. And like, everyone's having their own experience of it. And then at some point I was like, okay, I think I'm going to go back. And then the group starts to go back. And then Kara and Ileana are like, I'm going to stick around. We're going to stay. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stay with you guys, And then Thaden also stayed with us. And then, and by the way, little did we know that Todd was actually there the whole time too. I didn't know that, at least. I think maybe others knew, but he was like doing Todd's thing when you're on expedition. He's like, he knows, you're safe. Yeah. He's watching all of his, all the checks, like, like, where is everybody? We're keeping an eye on.
You didn't hear Carol go, she said something about, Todd, are you there? And I went, yep.
I didn't
Yes,
hear it. No, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
I could hear most of what you guys were saying. It's just that the energy was really fun and joyous and happy, which is really good. Yeah.
And so then when we were there, tuning in, and then I pick up on the female. And I think it was at that point. I got that they were there before, but it wasn't as clear. But then at that point, and I sit back with the ladies, and I was picking up on the female again, and then was communicating with her. And she had like questions for me, like very basic, logical, like for Sasquatch, like, where's your husband?
Yes, I remember you said that. Where's your husband?
Yeah. It's like, and there's more to it. And then conversations of just like asking things. And I'm like, oh, I guess you know about me? Like I was kind of surprised. But yeah, they do. They take interest. They watch. They know what's going on, And then after that, Thaden, I didn't say any of this to the group, but then Thaden says, I think there's a female over here because there's a tree he's leaning up against and we're in front of him. And over here was to his right, my left, which is exactly where I was picking up the female too. Right. So that was another validation that she was there. Yeah.
Cool.
So
impossible that he could pick up on the spot that you were feeling and it's the right sex. Like it's too much. The coincidences are unreasonable to say that's a coincidence.
Well, then there's also this male that was there and it felt younger, or he felt younger, but he was making me nervous because I told the female, I said, if I'm going to see you in person, it was downhill to the left. I said, if I see you downhill, it's going to be way more comfortable for me if I'm uphill. You won't be towering over me in the same way. So that feels really nice, right? And then there was a male, however, who was up the hill to my left. And it felt like not very far away. Like he could just reach out and touch. And I was like, he makes me uncomfortable.
I remember hearing you.
Yeah, like, does he need to be there? And what I got back was like, it was like maybe protection or something, guarding, something like that. And I was like, okay, I can understand that. Like, I didn't know we had our guard there too. Right, so it was like, that makes sense, And then Thaden also said, yeah, I think there's a younger male up here to my left above. And he's like, he feels really excited, like his energy was more like amped up, which was true. And that's what I was feeling. I was like, can you go away? At least that's how it felt for me, Right. So that was pretty neat because it was like more of that, like the feedback of what was going on. And this is something we had talked about before because Paul was there, Paul, Larry, and I all had an experience together at the same location last year. Exactly. And one of the conversations we had was, if you perceive something or pick up on something, you don't have to just keep it to yourself, like share it with the group. And then that helps us put the pieces together and validate with each other. Right. So it was really nice. We were able to get that and validate some of those experiences. Nice. But I did have to do fear processing in that time. I was like, I got to process my fear on this because I don't think I'm quite there yet. Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's fun. Being isolated and really being able to just isolated around people of like mind and being able to tap in and grow as a human being, right? It's phenomenal.
And you can speak the same language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah, it felt like my awareness was enhanced. Like you could say my experiential telepathy, my mind speak abilities are like really activated. And I'm like, it felt unusual, or maybe I was just more aware of it. And having some, like a specific target, like this female I had connected with in the past, which if I hadn't put my bare foot in that print, I wouldn't know the signature. Right. I wouldn't be able to have had, and maybe she would have had mine, but I wouldn't have picked her out of anything. Right.
You can match your frequency better, and make sure it's imperative that when you learn these new lessons, you maintain them and keep them. It's that, I got up to a 10 and then I'm back down to an 8. And then I got up to this 10 for a moment, then it's get to the 10, hold it, And then the next time you go out, find out what a 12 is. Make that your new 10. Like just keep growing, keep expanding. So you gotta really, that's one thing I really focus on is take these lessons and don't keep relearning them. Up level and stay there. It's hard to do that because you want to fall back into your old paradigm. It's more comfortable there. This is discomfort to grow. And you really gotta stay focused and keep that level. The lesson that you learn that night, integrate it, make it part of who you are forever. Don't let it go. Focus on it. So, because it's brilliant. It's totally brilliant. I can see it. I can feel it. That the change in you guys. It's magnificent. Congratulations.
Well, I actually added it to my fear processing list right now is like the fear of meeting a Sasquatch in person. And then also to my manifestation list of meeting a Sasquatch in person, in particular this female Sasquatch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that is actually a step forward for me because I've always just been okay with like the fear and accepting that was
'cause
there.
it's kind of normal, whatever.
Yeah, it's what happens when Sasquatch are around. You're fearful. Even the fact that in the moment I actually started processing it, I don't normally do that. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. Let's go. Or hold on to the tree or whatever.
Right.
Or, however we cope. But it's not actually processing the fear.
Right.
And this time I was actually like, okay, wait, I actually really want to connect with her. So I'm actually processing fear and I'm like going to do the work on manifesting that and making it possible, which is progress.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important.
We have that exercise available if anybody's like experiencing this and wants to process their fear or learn how. Processyourfear.com.
Yeah. And it's a lot easier to do it before you're in the situation.
Learn how to do it before.
Because sometimes you're in the situation and it's like,
What's the fear processing exercise again?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Exactly. So it's very cool. Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, thank you, Todd.
How about lunch, Todd?
Yeah,
Hungry.
let's have some lunch.
Sure, I could eat.
Thanks,
Sounds
Ash.
great.
Thanks, Ash.
Thanks for having me.